Hi guys, it's Tuesday. It is 12:06 technically, and I was just on a rant for about 5 minutes and then noticed the setting was set to show it to only me. So that doesn't work. I just reset it. So, okay, somebody's joining. This is good. This means people are tuning in. Hi, Mary Beth. I'm glad you can see me now. Anyways, so I really just want to restart, kick up the level of energy, and go back to what I was just ranting to myself for about 5 minutes, which is why your social content is not working. And it is really, like, I am so amped up about this because I've had so many consultations, led so many group calls, and have coached so many people with social media in the last couple of weeks, and they're missing one fundamental principle. I mean, I could narrow down every single call and engagement I have to this principle, this distinction on social media, and effectively they wouldn't even have to go through the programs with me. So maybe it's not in my best interest that I'm putting it out there, but guys, it's so important, so I feel like it needs to be said. Take it and examine what you're doing in social media and really think about what I'm about to say. And I guarantee there's areas where this is the missing, and this is the reason you're not seeing the engagement levels you want or getting the reach that you want. So all of us are putting out content on social media. A lot of us do it with an incredibly high volume on a lot of different platforms. Yet we're sitting there wondering, if I'm generating all of this activity, why are people not responding? So while you're putting out content, what I see time and time again is that you're missing context. Really, assumptions are dangerous. To just post and share things without educating your audience on why you're doing it is dangerous, and it has a missing when it comes to your social media engagement. So before you post anything on social media, whether you're doing it for business or for your life, challenge yourself to ask this one question before you write anything and hit post. Why is it, or why do people care about what I'm about to write? Why is this important to people I'm about to share it with? This is a really simple fundamental concept, but it's not easy to implement, and here's why. It requires you to step outside yourself and think about what you're posting from somebody else's perspective rather than posting from the inside out. It's challenging to take that empathetic, objective standpoint and come up with content, but if you do, you're going to connect with people in a way that you're not connecting with them now. So I just want to really dig in here, because all of us, we live our lives. We're in our profession and our business day in and day out. So I think we're so close to it that when we share things about it, we think that everybody has the level of understanding or context around what it is we're about to say. If you're in real estate, you are far more educated on the market and you live it day in and day out. But you have to remember, the bulk majority of the people you're going to work with, they have bottom line awareness or education about your industry. So you have to take that step back, and it's kind of painful to do, because I don't want to say you're dumbing yourself down, but you really have to think about, okay, I can't talk over people's heads. Why is it that I'm about to tell them what I'm about to tell them, and why should they care? So when you don't do this and you're just posting a lot of content, you get frustrated because there's no engagement there. And I think the secret to this that actually is really relieving for myself and many of the clients that I work with is that if you get really intentional about why you're posting something, you'll see that you don't have to post as much, because the stuff that you're posting will actually land for people the first time around. When you think, I love this quote, somebody sent it over to me. They said, and I'm going to read it, so forgive me while I look down, but the goal is not to be successful. The goal is to be valuable. Once you're valuable, instead of chasing success, it will attract itself to you. So like I said, this isn't just applicable for those of us who are posting content on social media from a business development standpoint. Think about the kind of person you want to be in the world and how you want to show up for your friends and family too. When you post to social media, really think, why should they care about what it is I'm posting? Am I excited? Am I grateful? Does this mark a huge, significant turning point that means something for them too? You have to remember that we don't live your life. We don't know what's going on. We're certainly not in your business, so you have to provide us with that foundation. I want to point to a really good example because I think examples are the best way to hammer home these distinctions. Many of you, and comment below if you're familiar with the account because I'll be curious to see how many of you actively follow it, may follow an account called Humans of New York. If you don't, here's the basis for this guy. He started taking pictures of very average people in the streets of New York, and he would post them online. And here's the difference. He would post long-form captions about who was in the photo, what their life was, who they were in the world, and why it was important to the person who was looking at the photo that he took this person's picture. He would have never seen the level of success he saw if he just posted those photographs. Here's what we would all do. We'd look at it and think, oh, this is a pretty nice, decent photograph, but I have no idea why he's posting it. Instead, he very smartly posted stories about these people, and we became engaged with who they are and who they were in the world. And so we started looking at these pictures and really identifying our story and their stories. This worked so well for him that he actually created a book, and now he goes all around the world to take pictures of people through India, Australia, America, South America, and he posts pictures of these humans and gives their story. It is proven time and time again on Instagram that if you accompany a photograph along with long-form caption, you'll see higher engagement levels. Why? Because yes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but you're not providing them the context of what those words should be. Why is it that what you're about to post is important? When you ask yourself that question consistently, you become a person of value. When you become a person of value, people want to work with you. So that is, in all of its simplicity, what I really want to focus on today. It is the thing that I could boil 99% of my social media engagements down to, is answering that question and posting it so big in front of my clients where they're looking at it every time they hit share on an article. People will start to relate to you as somebody who gives a damn, who can really contribute, and they'll thank you for the value you provide. And when it comes time for them to look for guidance and expertise, they're going to turn to you because you have already established value for them. So remember, before posting anything, don't just post, hey, here's the latest article I wrote. Post, I was so excited to write this article. It really talks about an issue that I see in a lot of small businesses where personal brands are taking a backseat to corporate brands. This is why it's important you understand this. As opposed to, hey, here's the latest article I wrote about personal branding. You have to get that everything you share is a learning opportunity for the people who are reading and engaging with it. So with that, before you share anything, think about why it's valuable. Take the standpoint of stepping outside of yourself and aim to be a person of value and contribution. And when you consistently do that, you will see your business and your life take off. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I love you guys. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you again next week. Thanks.